So it's a new year, but you've got the same grief. I get that, and it's okay. I'm Karen. Welcome to another episode of the Seniors Grief Circle. I'm so glad that you're here, and I want you to know that you're not alone at this difficult time. Before we dive in, I'm going to ask you for a small favor. If you can hit that subscribe button, like, and share this video with someone who's struggling with their grief today. You might just help them. I'm brand new to YouTube, and I'm trying to reach as many people as I can who are at midlife, people in their 40s, 50s, or 60s who've recently lost their parent or their partner or another special person. So when you subscribe to my channel, you're helping me grow and reach more people. So I thank you for that. It means a lot to me. So let's dive in. It's a brand new year, and you might not feel very happy about it, especially if you recently lost that special person. Grief is super hard. We know it can bubble up at any time. And just because the date on the calendar has changed and we've moved into a new year, that doesn't mean that you're turning the page on your grief. You're not turning the calendar on that because your grief is what it is and it's on its own schedule. So I'm going to give you 5 tips today. 5 tips that can help you carry your grief into the new year. And that will help you cope with it and hopefully ease the burden that you're carrying. So my number one tip is to feel your emotions and be gentle with yourself. We're in the month of January. And if you're in North America or Europe, it's a cold month. We're in the middle of winter. And we've got shorter days, less sunlight, lots of gloomy days. And your grief can feel really heavy, extra heavy. Sunlight really does make a difference in how we feel. And when you go these long, cold winter months without it, it does affect you. So be gentle with whatever you're feeling. If you have days where you don't have any energy, take it easy. If you have days when your emotions start bubbling up and you find that you're angry and you know it's related to your loved one, or you feel guilt bubbling up, notice whatever it is that's percolating. And don't be hard on yourself for whatever is surfacing. It's all part of the grieving process. And it's normal. It's completely normal to feel whatever you're feeling. So don't be hard on yourself. Just notice whatever you're feeling. Now, my second tip is around New Year's resolutions. Just because everyone around you might be setting them, I'm going to tell you to ditch them, skip them completely. And I'm telling this to my clients right now. I've got a few of them who are feeling the pressure to move forward this year, to get that great job, to lose those extra pounds. And it's hard when you're grieving to set grandiose goals. They may not work. I'm not saying that they won't work, but they might be difficult to achieve, especially if you're starting the year feeling really overwhelmed. So my second tip is around setting simple intentions to help you move through your grief. It could be as simple as getting more sleep every night. So instead of going to bed at 11, you might go to bed at 10:30 just to give yourself more rest. You might set a simple intention around eating better. I know a lot of people who are grieving. Eating and their eating habits and their routine goes out the window because you're just so overwhelmed. Not just by your emotions, but also by all the practical things that require your attention. You're exhausted. You may not have any time to eat, let alone eat well. So you might set a simple intention around eating 3 regular meals every day at a certain time. Or you might set a simple intention around eating more healthy, making better food choices. So those are some areas where you can set some simple intentions. The third area, and my third tip to you, is around staying in the present moment. I know that grief can trigger you, and it can take you right back in time to when your loved one was alive. A song can do that. A favorite food, a photo, driving by a place. You can be brought back to those memories of your loved one. You may even be taken back to the day that they passed away, where you're beating yourself up that I should have done this, or I could have done this. If I had done this, they wouldn't have passed away. So the thing is, your loved one has passed away. And what's happened has happened. And you can't change that. So when we stay too much in the past with those emotions and those feelings, it takes away from us living in the present moment, which is today. Now, you can't stop that from happening. You will be catapulted back, and you will be triggered by your grief, and you'll reflect on those memories. But the key is not to wallow in them and not to stay there for days or weeks or months or, heaven forbid, a whole year. So the third tip is around creating present moment awareness and becoming mindful of when you do go back and not staying there too long and flicking a switch to return to the present moment. And it can be done with some practice. If you're looking for some support here, I would love to help you. So reach out to me. My fourth tip, and this is my absolute favorite tip, is to unplug from your phone and spend more time outside. And this actually helped me so much after my father died. One day I just decided I was going to spend less time on social media, more time outside. So you're never going to find me on my social media on a Friday evening or on the weekends or before 10 a.m. on any day. And what do I do with this time? In the morning, I go for a walk or I take in a yoga class, but I get out of the house. I like to get that fresh air in the morning. I like to get some sunshine on my skin, and it lifts my mood. And if I don't make it out in the morning, I almost always go for a walk at night. And I really like that. I like walking under the stars. And for me, it feels like my loved ones are shining down on me. They're checking in on me on how my day was. And I just feel really connected to them. So that's helped me a lot. On the weekends, I love going for hikes. I love going for a bike ride. I love sitting by the lake, which is something I did a lot when my father passed away. I loved just seeing the waves come in and out, and it just calmed me down. And it reminded me that we're really connected to our world around us. And you're really never really alone when you're connected to nature. I also struggled a lot with my sleep after my dad died. And unplugging from my phone and spending more time in nature fixed that really fast. And I sleep really well. So if you're struggling with your sleep or you're looking to lighten your grief a little bit, I really encourage you to spend less time on your phone and more time outside and see how you feel. Even in the cold weather, just a few minutes every day can really make a huge difference. And my final tip, tip number 5, is to simply talk. Talk about your grief. When you share how you're feeling, it lightens the load. Talk to a good friend or talk to a close family member. And during the winter months, we have this habit or this tendency to want to hibernate and to cocoon. and to stay indoors more. And we often just cut ourselves off from the outside world. And I'm saying don't do that if you're grieving. You really want to be connected to somebody, talking to someone, whenever you feel your emotions surfacing. And the minute you release how you're feeling and you feel validated and heard, you will feel better. If you're looking for someone to listen to you, I would love to do that. As a grief coach, I'm helping many people just like you every day. You can book a one-on-one session with me. Or you can ask me about my 5-step signature coaching program. It's called Make Peace with Your Grief. So the link to book a session with me or to contact me, all that information is in the description box. So please check that out. Now, if you're thinking that you can't afford a session with me, I totally understand that. I was there myself. I'm going to ask you to take a look at the Seniors Grief Circle, seniorsgriefcircle.com. This is a membership-based community that I created after my dad died because I was looking for specific resources and help that I could access 24/7 on my terms when my grief would bubble up. And for me, that happened to be at 2 a.m. So what do I have inside the Seniors Grief Circle? For a low monthly fee, you can get access to short educational videos on practical matters related to your loss. They could be legal matters, financial matters, estate matters, challenging relationships, whatever you're navigating right now. I might have a video that could help you. I also have guided affirmations that I've created, the ones I wished I had, and meditations. These are perfect for those sleepless nights. I also have downloadable resources for you. I've got the very books that I recommend that have helped me so much. I have multi-faith resources. And I have journaling tips and techniques that are specifically designed to help you release your heavy emotions and to give you some clarity. So if you'd like to take a peek at the Seniors Grief Circle, hop on over to seniorsgriefcircle.com and become a member. You can cancel at any time. There's no long-term commitments. So take a look. It'll give you, perhaps, grief support on your terms 24/7, which was what I wanted. So I hope that these 5 tips will help you manage your grief as we start a new year. And if you like this video, please hit that subscribe button, like it, and share it with somebody who's really struggling with their grief today. Thank you so much. Drop a comment. I'd love to know what you think about this video. And if you have any other tips to share, please drop them in the comments and I'll pass them along in an upcoming video. Thanks once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.